What's up, guys? It's Amanda from amandahenley.com, and today I just want to take a few minutes to talk with you a little bit about my personal experience with intermittent fasting, how I got started, how I learned about it, and see if it might be the right fit for you. I was first introduced to intermittent fasting through a mentor of mine, someone that I followed on social media. She always gave amazing nutritional advice. My science brain really was drawn to her, and it was something that was brand new to me. I had never heard of that before, other than the fact that I had a really bad emotional eating background where I would, starve myself for 3 days and then binge for 3 days after that. Other than that, I had never healthily heard of a way to go without eating for an extended period of time. So when my mentor brought that up and she was, giving all this amazing advice on this, I knew that I had to try it out. I trusted her advice, and I knew that she wouldn't just throw herself into something that wasn't valid. So the very first part of how I got started into intermittent fasting was actually through butter coffee or bulletproof coffee. And if you followed me for a while, I fell in love with bulletproof coffee. I was telling everyone I could about it. And if you're not familiar, bulletproof coffee, or some people call it butter coffee, is a way to basically jolt your brain with a good dose of healthy, amazing fats in the morning. And what that does is keeps your body in fat burning mode for a little bit longer. So when you go to bed, naturally you're fasting while you're sleeping because you can't be eating while you're sleeping. So you wake up in a fasted state, right? When you're in a fasted state, generally your body is burning fat for energy. Some of us, it takes longer to get there depending on, what we're eating during the day. But generally when you wake up, you are in a fasted or fat burning state. What do we do when we generally get up on a standard American diet? We shove our face full of carbs, right? Which spikes our blood sugar and insulin and all of those things, and we go straight to burning sugar and carbs again instead of fat. So bulletproof coffee is a way to start your day in the morning, and it keeps your body burning fat because you're giving your body a huge dose of healthy fats to burn. So it keeps your body in that fat burning mode, but most importantly, it has some calories, right? We all know that fat is very, very dense in calories. So it's keeping your body satiated or helping you not be super hungry because your body is getting calories. It's not getting calories through chewing and mashing food like you're used to. So it's kind of a little bit of a mental shift. But in actuality, your body is getting calories. You're being fed. Your body is burning through what it's being given. So I decided to try that out. I brewed my coffee, I plopped my big old chunk of butter in there, I added some coconut oil, blended it up, and if you've ever had bulletproof coffee, you know how amazing and frothy and foamy, and it just goes straight to your soul. It's amazing. So I did that for quite some time, and I noticed that on the days that I had my bulletproof coffee, number one, I felt more mentally clear. I didn't feel that fog or that haze. I was instantly awake and ready to go. But also, I didn't get hungry until like 11, 12, sometimes 1 o'clock. So bulletproof coffee really helped me in that transition into intermittent fasting because it just naturally took me there. Now, some people will tell you, there's a lot of different spectrums for intermittent fasting. Some people will tell you that having butter coffee or bulletproof coffee in the morning will break your fast. I don't feel that in my body. And once you're really in tune with your body and your hunger hormones, you will know whether your fast has been broken. So how do I do this on a daily basis? Now it looks a little bit different than it did in the beginning. I usually wake up around 5:30 or 6. I still have a bulletproof coffee. Now I use one of my favorite products called Keto Cream, which is basically bulletproof coffee in a packet, in a powder form, instead of having to put all those things in the blender and blend it up because I really like my alone time in the morning. I don't want to wake my whole family up. So now I use Keto Cream, and then I don't eat. I work out, I have my ketones, I don't eat until usually 11, 12, 1 o'clock. This is a very personal thing. You work on it. Whatever you feel is when you eat. If I get hungry at 10:30, I still eat at 10:30. This is not something where I starve myself because I have this hard limit of noon. I can't eat until noon. I spent many years eating every 2 to 3 hours because that's what someone else told me. And it really caused my metabolism to run on that sugar basis where, lo and behold, every 2 or 3 hours I was starving and all I thought about was food and the next time that I was going to get to eat. So intermittent fasting has really changed that a lot for me. It's really leveled out my ghrelin, my leptin, which are your hunger and your satiety hormones. I don't know what the word is. The hormone that tells you that you're full. It levels those hormones out and really makes it so that you are eating intuitively a little bit more than just because, on paper it says that you're supposed to eat because it's 2 o'clock. So if you are looking to start intermittent fasting, the first thing I would recommend is just to push your breakfast back. So if you normally eat breakfast at 6 o'clock when you wake up, try pushing it to 7, and then try pushing it to 8, and then try pushing it to 9, and then try pushing it to 10, or just wait until you get hungry, right? If you wake up in the morning and you're just in the habit of feeding yourself because I woke up and I'm supposed to eat and breakfast is the most important meal of the day, take a second, ask yourself if you are actually hungry, and wait until you feel those hunger pangs, to eat, to put something in your mouth. A lot of times, just being mindful actually closes that window for you. So as you go on, your body will get used to when you're wanting to feed it, and you won't have those hunger pains in the morning anymore. You will be eating intuitively. It's not something that you have to do every single day. If you want to try out intermittent fasting for 2 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever works best for you is going to be the best long term. Definitely don't force it. This is not, like I said, it's not something that you are setting hard limits or a hard window on your eating patterns. If you feel hungry, eat. This is not something that is harsh like that. Please, please, please listen to your body. That is the biggest thing about intermittent fasting, is being able to intuitively know when it's time that your body needs something. A lot of times intermittent fasting is associated with the keto diet. It goes along with the keto diet very naturally. On the keto diet, you are eating high fat, low carb. So your body is going to be satiated a whole lot longer on that high fat than it is on carbs and sugar, where if you're burning carbs and sugar, you're really going to be hungry every 2 to 3 hours. When you burn fat, you can eat the same amount of calories, but it's going to be a smaller amount of food, and it's going to stay in your system a lot longer. So you're just going to find that naturally you're not eating quite as often. So it doesn't have to be part of the keto diet, but generally it does go along really, really well with the keto diet. So my day now, I start with my bulletproof coffee in the morning, and then I don't eat until 11, 12, 1, whenever it is that I get hungry. I have a really high-fat, low-carb meal. Cauliflower casserole is one of my favorites. Cauliflower with sour cream, bacon, and some cheese. Sometimes I put some eggs on top. I also like hard-boiled eggs with some veggies, or scrambled eggs with bacon and some avocado. There's so many different options. And then I really don't eat again, guys, until dinner. And that really gives my body a good time, but I'm not hungry. It's not like I want to skip lunch. It's that I'm full from my breakfast until it's time to eat dinner at 5. Once I eat dinner, I'm done for the day. So I generally, on an everyday basis, I don't eat from 5 o'clock at night until the next day at noon. So I have a 5-ish hour window, which means that I'm fasting for 19 hours, if my math is correct. It's not my strongest suit. 19 hours eating for 5. There are different ratios, and you are going to start to close that window as you start to play around with what works best for your body. So some people do like a 12 and 12. You can do an 8 and a 16. Whatever works for you is going to work best for you. It has to fit in your life, and it has to be something that makes you feel good. And you will know, based on how you feel, what's working for you. if you have any questions, I would love, love, love to chat with you privately. You're welcome to send me an email, amanda@amandahenley.com, and I really look forward to sharing some more lifestyle tips with you. Have an awesome day. Love and light to you. Mwah.